Hey there, Dr. Tiff here. This week's topic on S2 Nutrition Bites is about balancing your budget. And when I say budget, I mean the carb, protein, and fat breakdown that you've been given as part of your nutritional prescription here at Studio 2. And we call it a bank account because it really is about making choices on how to spend your daily allotment of those different nutrients. And the beauty of the flexible approach to eating is that you don't have to feel like elimination and restriction and cutting out the foods that you love has to be part of that process. Now, do you have to moderate those? Do you potentially have to change the portions of those certain foods that you do enjoy? Absolutely, but there shouldn't be no need to feel like you can't make those fit into your daily allotment. You just have to be smart about how you organize your day and how you think about the price of certain foods over other foods in terms of the volume that you can work in. Remember that we're trying to maintain an 80-20 balance, not only every day, meaning 20% of your foods can be those treats, those indulgences, those things that don't fit into a good category, and also the same breakdown goes for the week and long-term strategies. 80% of your overall intake over the course of a week, of your lifetime, of a month should be from sustainable, good, high-quality foods, whereas 20% are more of those cheat meals. And I don't really like to call them that, but that's the best way to describe them, splurges. So I've got a little chart here. It makes it easy for us to understand when we're talking about spending money on certain foods. So we've got our $1, $5, and $20 options. The more expensive it is, the more calorically dense it is, the greater dent it puts in your budget in one fell swoop. Whereas these dollar foods are things that you can eat in quite a large volume and not feel like you're really making a huge deficit there, and you can eat a lot of them through the day. They also have a lot of nutritional value in terms of the micronutrients that they provide. So the dollar foods are things like apples, berries, celery, watermelon, egg whites. You can eat those in a pretty large amount and not really put a huge dent in any specific macronutrient category. Now, do they take away from those overall budgets? Well, sure. You know, an apple, given the size of it, could be anywhere from 15 to 25 grams of carbohydrate, but it's also got a lot of fiber in it. So even though we don't at Studio 2 take net carbs or subtract the fiber content out of foods to get the carbohydrate count, it's still providing you more of a benefit from how it impacts your blood sugar and things like that when there is a fiber content there. And then we've got our $5 foods. $5 foods are a good balance. They offer good, healthy breakdowns of carbs, fats, and proteins, but they are a little more expensive. So things like salmon, things like peanut butter, brown rice, cheeses, whether that's low fat or whole fat. It puts an impact on fats, proteins, and carbs, but it's giving you, again, a lot of those micronutrients. Salmon with the omega-3 fatty acids. Brown rice is a very nutrient-rich grain, so you're getting a lot for the cost of that, and you can eat it in pretty good quantities. Other things like starchy veggies, sweet potatoes, butternut squash, spaghetti squash, you're getting a lot of volume there, and it keeps you satiated throughout the day, so you don't even have to eat it in such large amounts, but it puts a good impact on hunger levels. And then my favorite category, everyone's favorite category, the splurge foods, the $20 indulgence type choices like Pop-Tarts, potato chips, packaged cookies, things that you just crave every now and then, or you want to just grab something quick, and there's not a huge amount of nutritional value there in terms of how it impacts your micronutrients, your vitamins and minerals, and it is usually fairly processed. Things like takeout or delivery pizzas, alcohol, and butters, margarines, oils that are added to foods, those are going to put a quick dent in the budget. You can't eat them all the time, but yes, you can have them. This is not good food, bad food. right? That's why I didn't put good and bad on here. Eat this, not that. It's just about where you want to spend that money and how you want to budget your day. In order to work these types of foods in, it's key to write it before you bite it. Factor it in early in the day and adjust your other choices to make sure you leave room in the budget for the things that you really want. I know on Friday night I'm going to want to come home and have a glass of wine. I go ahead and put that glass of wine in when I log my breakfast so that I don't get stuck at the end of the day and then I'm bummed because I've already overshot my carbohydrates or my fats. So just make sure that you plan ahead, work those foods in, and you'll never feel like you can't or you shouldn't because you've already made room for it. You know, I think about my budget just like a dollar. If I've got $150 worth of carbohydrate to spend through the day, I can either walk into Nordstrom and buy one pair of jeans for $150, or I can go to Old Navy and get 3 or 4 pair of jeans for the same amount of money. It's decisions, it's about quality, it's about quantity, it's about the fit and what you really want to put your energy into for that day. So I want to use this as an example of making you feel flexible and creative in the foods that you enjoy and how to make them fit into your budget, and making sure you're always thinking about keeping it nice, balanced bottom line at the end of the day. So good luck, make it flexible for you, and make it work. See you next time.